Hi guys, and welcome back to our DCUO Let's Play for the PS3. I am Ninja Misty, and today I'm going to cover the Holy Cats I'm Level 30 Now What episode, Boosted Edition. So let me stop and just tell you that I had recorded a really awesome version of this episode where you get to see me activate on consoles and awesome things like that in the Watchtower. And due to unforeseen technical difficulties, I lost all of my video footage. So this is going to be the quick and dirty version that's not quite as epic. So let's get started. First thing, I'm starting my base because I wanted to talk to you guys for just a quick second about my gear. So let me open up my inventory. And you can see here a piece of this green gear. If you look down at the stats on it, it's an item 42 item level, and it says it's integrated. And let me touch on that really quick. When I hit level 30, I had a set of this 42 item level DPS gear that I had passed over from one of my higher level characters. This gear drops in, I know for sure it drops in the police station tier 3 duo. I believe that duo is part of the Last Laugh DLC. So that's available to you, excuse me, when you reach level 30 and your combat rating is high enough. So that gear you can pass to other characters. You can buy it in the broker if you have enough cash. If you have a league mate or a buddy who is a higher level character, if you don't have one of your own, maybe you can persuade them to be super awesome and get some gear from that duo and pass it over to you. This will definitely help you boost up. Now let me also stop and say here to remind everybody, this is the level 30 boosted edition. We're going to be filming when we actually get to the level 30 mission after we go back and do all the lower level missions. And so when we hit that point, we'll go through and tell you what steps to take to start building that gear. So as you climb up the combat rating ladder, you are well skilled and you are well geared, because that is what we want. Another thing, let me open my inventory again. This is the benefit of having higher level characters. I have Prometheum rings. You can see these are 78 item level. They are account bound, which means that you cannot sell them in the broker, you cannot trade them with your friends, but you can trade them with other characters as long as it's not modded. You can see the red slots or the red sockets on both. I haven't put any mods in those yet, so I could pass them over to this character. You can also see that I have a Prometheum necklace. It's also item level 78. Fortunately, it was a healer necklace that had dropped on one of my other characters. You can see that these do not have slots where they can be modded, so you can pass these around. Okay, while I'm here, I'll also talk about, you can see I have Power Girl's hands and Abracadabra's chest. Those are iconic pieces. Once again, I've passed those over from other characters. These can also be purchased in the broker. The Abra chest is 58. The Power Girl hands are 52. Both of these can be modded with tactical mods, which are the little white mods at the bottom, and then your research and development mods, which are the blue on Power Girl's hands. It's red. We'll talk more in depth about that when we have our research and development video, just to give you guys a little more information about modding, what's good to mod, what's better to save your bits for plans and so forth. But just so you know, these are out there. When you hit level 30, if you do have some cash, it gives you a nice boost. So I also have the PvP weapon that I had saved my marks as I was leveling up, so I could buy this weapon. This is what I'll use until I can get a higher level PvE weapon, which will come from Central City, and we'll be covering Central City in an upcoming episode when we hit CR 53. So you can also buy, let's say that you don't have the PvP marks, you can go to the auction house, and I think that the highest level weapon you can buy is a 34 item if somebody's selling it in the broker. Don't know that for absolute certain that that's the highest level, but I do know that you can get 34 item level weapons there. Okay, so kind of my goal at this point, it's easier with this better gear to go back through and do all those lower level missions that we skipped as we were boosting. Let me stop and say, please do not start doing duos, alerts, raids until you have all of your lower level missions done, because you need those skill points. You want to go into these instances being able to perform the best you can given your level in CR, whatever role you have, if you're a controller, if you're a tank, if you're a DPS, or if you're a healer. Those skill points are really important to make you a more powerful character. So I just want to make sure that I let you guys know that I want you to go back and do all those lower level missions if you skipped any, because you need your skill points. I need my skill points. And while I'm here, I'll also talk about combat rating. You'll also see people talking about CR. CR is your combat rating. Determines kind of which levels are open for your character. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, duos, alerts, raids. Tier 4 as you climb higher up the ladder. You raise it by obtaining better gear and by modding your armor. Sometimes you'll hit an absolute wall and you need to just get over that little edge. Putting a mod in your armor is usually the thing that will tip the balance for you. So let's see. We talked about skill points. We talked about going back and doing our missions, which I know you guys are going to do, right? Because I am, and that's just going to make you even more epic. So one thing that I have done, you can go into challenge modes. Challenge modes are kind of a harder version of some of the lower level boss fights. Say, the final part of Raven's mission, or the final part of the Scarecrow mission. These you go in, you're by yourself. So I have been doing a few of those so I could start buying my Tier 1 suit. And I think it's okay to go do that because it's just you. You're not, even though I'm underskilled at this point, when I go in there, I'm not harming my team. It's just me. If I die, it's on me. If I'm struggling through it, hey, it's just me. So I think that that's a good way to start earning some marks of triumph. I don't mind the grind of doing those to get those marks. So just so you know that that is an option if you want to do that while you're going back through some of the lower level content. That lower level content that I know you guys are going to do, please, right? Don't go into higher level stuff under geared and under skill pointed, please. Okay, enough of me nagging you. So I will go into a detailed discussion about tiered instances in the level 30 non-boosted episode. So let's see. And also, when you go into these challenge modes, it kind of allows you to cut your teeth, so to speak, on your character to get a feel for what your powers do. You'll have all of your power points. You can mess around with loadouts, find out what feels good to you before you go in and join into the team content. It's just really a nice way to build some skill with your character and with your role against things that can damage you. It's great to beat up on the sparring target, but it's constantly throwing power to you and just begs for mercy. A little bit different when something is bound and determined to kill you. So I find that definitely a good thing to do. So I think it is time to head to the watchtower. So let me open my map. And we will warp to the HQ. Now, if you're coming to the watchtower after just hitting level 30, you're going to see lots of little question marks and areas to visit and consoles to activate on. You will not see that for me because, like I said, I have already done all that. So one thing that I have not done, because I'm going to do it in the level 30 mission, is I haven't actually started my character's level 30 mission, which is Bat Signal. So I will activate on that.
This is Oracle. Batman has asked for you specifically to work with him on a crucial mission. He's waiting for you in the watchtower.
Okay, so Oracle has told us that the fate of the world is hanging in the balance and Batman needs our assistance pronto. So you come up to the central hub, you come in here, you can see Batman has the question mark over his head. And when I do the level 30 non-boosted edition, I will actually talk to Batman and activate my mission. But for right now, I will just stand here and feel very epic because I am kind of in the inner circle. Because there's Wonder Woman and there's Superman and Batman, and that's so awesome. Okay, so we are going to exit the Hall of Justice. But just so you know, each character has their level 30 mission that is tied in with your mentor. In Ninja Andrew's level 30 boosted edition episode, he's already taken you through that. And the Superman, you would go to the Meta Wing, and I believe that you talk to Superman there, or you may just go up there to the Hall of Justice and talk to Superman. I am not 100% sure about that. So, okay, so let's go to the Tech Wing really quick. Also be careful if you are boosting flying really fast. Sometimes you can fly into one of the wings before it's completely loaded in and you will find yourself floating in outer space, which all you have to do if it doesn't warp you back in is just warp to rally and it will put you back into the watchtower. Just wanted to run over here really quick. Here's the R&D table. We're going to do an episode on research and development. But just so you know, these guys you'll be able to buy plans from, you'll be able to buy supplies from. Just so you know that that's there. We're going to go over here to the other side. And we are going to talk to Dr. DeSanto, I do believe. It's going to be a different person in each wing, but the same location. You can see here, I've never ever purchased any of these Wayne Tech, or each wing is different, any of these commendations, because you get these for doing the regular level bounties and doing challenge modes. And that builds your renown. You get feats for having friendly, trusted, the different levels that you can reach. No need to spend your marks of triumph on that. Okay, if you have the Hand of Fate DLC, you can get trinket belts. Here you can see one is 29 marks of triumph. I would save your marks and not buy that one. Get the 180 because it is a better boost for you. You can see this one allows you to slot 3 trinkets. Well, 2 trinkets, and the third is a wild card where you can use a consumable or you can use a trinket. You'll find as you do the higher level content, it will start dropping utility belts that are specific to your role. So I would buy this one just because it's what's available to me, but eventually I would want to get the highest level possible in a healer belt because that would give me the best stats. Also unique in each wing, you will find that there are these suits. They cost 1 mark of triumph apiece. This is the Zone Walker collection in the Tech Wing. But you have to have cooperative renown with Wayne Tech, which I do not have yet. But just so you know, in each, the Magic and the Meta Wing, there are unique styles in each one and a Wayne Tech emblem. There are feats for completing the suits and feats for getting all of the emblems. So just so you guys know that those are there. So then we're going to fly up here. Okay, so this is where you'll come.
Take some time and see what's in store for you. In fact, your first spendables should already be under your currency tab.
Okay, so here's Steel, and he's going to sell you your tier 1 suit. So you can see the most expensive piece, actually the legs and the chest are 39 marks of triumph. It reduces down from there. You have your DPS role, you have tank, healer, controller. Let me stop right here and tell you really quickly, when you're buying tier 1, tier 2, any of your tiered suits and your PvP gear, make sure that you are wearing whichever type of suit that you want to upgrade. In other words, don't come in here wearing your PvP suit, because it will show, you'll look, if you're just glancing at the pieces, it will look like all of it is going to boost your stats, and you can make the mistake of purchasing something that you already own. I am speaking from experience because way back when it was really, really, really difficult to buy these suits, I made that mistake and was not a happy camper about that at all. So don't make my mistake. Just make sure that you are buying gear that you actually need. Okay, so we're going to leave Steel, and I'm going to fly over here and show you where to get your first tiered PvP suit. As we go by, we will sweep by Batgirl. This is the tier 2 suit. We will talk about that in another episode. Come up here and talk to Robin, and you can buy your first PvP suit.
Now, every time you triumph in a daily mission, Hawkman, Zatanna, or the Martian Manhunter, you'll be earning something we call marks. They're a way of showing your true colors as you fight against crime, and they're the only way to earn your raid suits from your mentors.
Okay, PvP suits, just like every other suit, they have role specific: tank, healer, controller, DPS. Your marks of influence that you've gained doing PvP, you use that right now to buy these. I've already purchased my suit. Let me stop and say that I believe they're doing away with marks of influence. They've got this huge change coming to PvP very soon. So we're all kind of just going to stand by to see what those changes are going to be like, and we'll try to navigate those waters and give you our insight as we go along. So if you're watching this before the change, you're going to use your influence. If not, stay tuned, and I'm sure that it will become abundantly clear. I believe that they're moving all to one currency, kind of like they did with Marks of Triumph, but we'll wait and see when it all comes out. So, okay. So we've looked at Robin. Let's go out here really quickly to the monitor womb. Ah, yes, this way, this way. Okay, you can see the consoles here. I can't activate on them, but if you just hit level 30, you'll be able to. It's going to give you missions at Strikers, the Toyland missions. If you have the Joker DLC, the PvP one, you go here and it'll give you a little intro to that. Then there's daily, I think the Strikers may be over here. There's daily acts of heroism. That's where you can go out, and I know you've seen them around. People standing on the edge of buildings, distraught that they have lost their horse or some such. You tell them, hey, that's not worth jumping off the building, or you pull somebody out from under a burning car, or you stop a robber. If you do those 5 a day, it gives you a cash reward. I believe it's like $175. So, you know, not major cash, but still every little bit helps, right? Also, I believe if you do 25 random acts of heroism, you get a feat for doing 25. So I'm going to go to Strikers Island really quick. I'm not going to actually do this mission because we will cover that as well and give you some tips and tricks for getting through some of the trickier parts of this mission. It used to be open world, but when they released Home Turf and they had all of the outside missions that are now at Strikers. They had moved this to its different location, as you see here. Okay, so we're inside Strikers. There's going to be 3 different areas. There's going to be an area out front. There's going to be an area down here, and then there's a race over in this direction. You can activate on those missions in your journal. Oracle will tell you where you need to go. Pretty straightforward. You can see I'm getting attacked by something here. But let me show you in my journal. Location. Strikers. Okay, there's Toyland, Fun for Girls and Boys, and Once More with Rockets. So, let me give this little guy a bow. Thank you. And now I'm going to go back to the watchtower. So really, our goal, once we do all of the lower level missions, we'll shoot the level 30 non-boosted edition, and then it's going to be working to get the CRs up high enough to go into Central City. And then really the more intense gameplay starts, where we can do raids, alerts. It gets a little more exciting for everybody. So I'm going to go over to the Magic Wing really quick. One of the things, when you hit level 30, you'll come in here. There is the mark conversion kiosk. You can see that if I wanted to, which I'm not going to, turn my marks of strategy into marks of triumph, you can. If you had an older character, this was a way to get rid of marks of distinction, marks of Krypton, marks of momentum. Those are things that were available before everything became marks of triumph. So it will prompt you to come over here to this little area. Another thing that you can do is come down to the Watchtower Containment Facility. This is going to be one of the first alerts that opens for you. Now that's going to be one of those alerts that I know you guys are not going to go into until you get all your skill points from your lower level missions, right? Thanks. Okay. You're going to come over here. These guys will be lit up with the little purple glowy tubes above them. You'll talk to them. They'll give you side missions. I believe Ninja Andrew also showed you those things, thank goodness. So it's a little more exciting for you than what I can show you. Okay, let me fly through here. All right. She's not here right now, but the first time you come into the Hall of Heroes after you hit level 30, oh yeah, here she is. Zatanna will be here with her little purple tube. You're going to talk to her, and she basically is going to say, oh, hey, there's all this stuff you can do every day. Go be awesome, save the world. So you can take Zatanna's advice and get started on saving the world, especially in those challenge modes, right, guys? Cool. Okay, Meta Wing. Same thing, you guys. Although in the Meta Wing, and I believe in the Magic Wing as well, your Tier 1 suits, PvP and PvE, are both going to be in this room, because in the Meta Wing you have Kryptonian gear on the other side. In the Magic Wing you're going to have the gear that you get with Marks of War. So I will fly back over to the Tech Wing and show you where the transporter for Central City is and bid you guys farewell. So we're going to go through the aquacultural area. I'm going to fly into the wall. Okay. Lower level of the Tech Wing, right here is the entrance to Central City. This is my goal once I finish my lower level missions. So I'm going to leave you here. Next time we're going to see you guys. We'll be on our little journey going back through those lower level missions, and then I'll see you back for the level 30 non-boosted edition. And then we will head off into the sunset for more epic adventures. So as always, you guys, it is a pleasure to hang out with you. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Give us any suggestions, anything that you want to see. We're more than happy to listen to you guys and work that out in an episode. Follow us on Twitter. You can find us on Facebook, and drop us an email if you need to. Give us a shout out if you see us in the DC universe. And we will see you next time for more epic adventures. So you guys take care, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.